Recording now.
OBS dot app dash n.
Started. Check on it.
So I'm just running my second instance.
Yeah. Hey, gorgeous.
Well, what have we here? Looks like someone's got a little something to fix, huh? Don't worry, darling. I'm here to save the day. So, spill the beans. What seems to be the problem?
Cool. Very sexy voice I picked for. Too bad you can't. It's in the Cheep, so I just put it on my local.
It's doing this thing.
Alright. Hide in the background.
Okay, hang on. Zoom meeting. Done.
So I figured out with this one I can actually use the voice stick. Saber turkey. Vegan.
Why is there just me on the screen? Oh. Why is that?
Happening.
That's fucking. Hang on. The way that OBS works, or software running on dual instances of itself.
Yeah.
Works on the new iOS of Mac is really fucked. It just doesn't work properly.
Just get clunky.
Yeah, it's like the menus don't pop up properly anymore. Like no menus, sort of like I can sort of, and then they do and they don't. I don't know what the trigger is to make them return or why I make them go away. I'm just gonna. Interesting. Do it again.
So yeah, been spreading the good work of Saber turkey, eat a vegan today. Oh, and my Christmas party's been organised. Work. Cowboys and engines this year. Theme.
Well, you've got to be really, you know.
Well, it's a country theme, Western theme, but I figured wasn't no mention of not coming as an Indian. Got to represent, you know.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, I totally get it.
I mean, if they're all cowboys, I have to be just to be the odd man out.
Wow.
So yeah, what did you think of the little cabinet score? Bad, eh? I scored a
Good, I'm
couple more
just
power module
going
distribution for it as
I've got a
well.
lot of other software running at the moment. I'm going to shut down like Final Cut Pro and all
Hmm?
sorts of other massive memory
Free
hogging
up some
things
memory.
that I've got running. Oh yeah, I've been like, let's wait till the cheap begins. I've got the software conversation from anyway. Yeah, it's fun.
Chat.
Working through the ways.
You
So
go
this is
insane.
can do. Oh no, did I accidentally? I did it, didn't I? Actually, somehow initiated at a
Jingle bells,
time of year
Christmas
appropriate
round the corner.
horror. That's
Don't worry about the
that.
Grinch
Now
stealing
I don't.
Christmas. I think the rent's gonna steal Christmas.
Oh yeah, that was a thing, hey. So this is the YouTube out. So this one here is
Liking all
also
the
where
uploads to the
the MetaQuest software
special
will
cheap
be
site.
running. This here will be the MetaQuest. And that. Now here I've got to go into manage broad now. Where's my YouTube? Preferences. Stream. Disconnect account. Connect account. Get a text.
It's just been raining all week up here. How about down there?
Authorization to close this page. Just
It's a blessed
bear with
golden
me.
showers forward.
Real Talk is cheap. Is connected. Primary ingest.
Are you setting up the live now, are you?
Mm.
Should start doing it. Get it ready.
Well, this is the first time at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like so I've got, yeah, but I also want it all just pre-configured. So not doing it when we're switching to VR or something.
Tweaking as we're trying to go through, but make sure it's all pre-tweaked.
Pre-tweaked. Did my left nipple? No, that's
Tweak, 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 tweak. Styling in Japan. I hear an imbibing going on. I shall also imbibe.
that's the non-alcoholic liquid. Oh, I love it.
My sponsor.
Mm.
Oh, that's better.
What's this? Oh,
Talking. So
so I've
10.
actually created I've actually created a pass, like a thing called real cheap at siteuv.com. Like it's an alias.
Okay.
Whole thing.
Full links available.
Beginnings. Passwords. Where are we going to?
10. Dipper boy. So dirty. Dipper boy's going to hell.
Is it this one? 5, 7. Mm. Um, oh, what's the hmm. That's the one.
Dot, 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 dot. Tell me when you're ready for me to fire up.
I'm just setting up my. I'm setting up my more of my Google profile actually. As we're
It
going
strikes
along.
for
But
the
yeah, you can
My voice.
fire up whenever you want.
go.
Live control panel. What's this inside OBS?
Control is up. And we are live.
So what is this? This is
Number 10.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, man. Season 2, episode 10. Holy snappin' duck shits, Batman.
It's,
Two brothers from another mother are alive again. Still going hard on the Vaporuni. Good.
mm,
It's good.
and this will be a
And to anyone who's watching this Do not fear. The
What have you got
birds.
on as entertainment or people
Yeah,
and blogs?
entertainment.
I'm going to do people and blogs then. We'll mix
People
it
and
up.
blogs. And
No,
I'll do
mix it up. Mix
entertainment.
it up. Yeah,
Because
that's it. That's
entertainment's
it.
our live part of it, and
Yeah.
people. So you're putting it through the real Talk is Cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
This will
nice.
be the first, man.
First live on the
Yeah,
Talk is Cheap.
it's real, man. We're just smashing this shit out. Let's do it.
Benokski. Flipper boy. He's a dirty boy.
Where was that one? That was a good one.
And he wants to drink your blood.
I wish you had somehow saved the seed. To third broadcast on the cheapest channel.
As you can see, I've got my Saber Turkey Eat a Vegan shirt on this evening.
Nice.
Yep. Figured Thanksgiving. There's a pardoning of the birds from the White House in America. Got the royal pardon
The birds
from
did.
El Presidente. I mean, I guess the best thing about not being a real country like Australia, just a sound studio in Hollywood, is you can sort of say stuff and, no one's going to fly out to your country and have a go at you about it, because all they got to do is just drive down to Hollywood and come into the studio, and we'll be waiting.
It's not creating the podcast.
That's, if you don't know the address, it is 666 Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood. Come on into the studios and say hi to the country of Australia.
Yeah. So, no, it's not made for kids.
No, it's little ones should leave the room immediately.
Streaming is unavailable. I thought it was.
Otherwise, Flipper Boy will hit ya. Don't want trouble, Flipper.
Oh, wow, okay. That's good to know. Well, save those settings.
Next time.
Yeah. And I'll just go
and so begins our weekly purge and therapy session.
I thought I had...
Cypher.
Yes, I'm just going into live. Cool. Yep. And I just went in on YouTube and it's just like your requested streaming access on the 25th.
Yep.
Is that blah, blah, blah. Once it's available on your channel, you can schedule only 23 hours until you can stream. That's good to know. That's a little cool down period. Eh? I was gonna fucking kill that guy.
I was gonna tell him what I thought about him. But at least I got 23 hours to think about it.
Yeah, that's it.
But they're gonna know what I was thinking 23 hours later. So, big week. Lots of wailing and gnashing of teeth going on. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, I certainly gnash my teeth.
I've done a lot of gnashing in my time, I can tell you. Gnashed most of them out. So yeah, I've done my fair share of gnashing.
Well, I gnashed
and
this
you
week.
know, obviously hit my quota on the non-stop nut November. So all my wanking from now onwards is just purely for personal reasons.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, hit my quota.
That's a really, yeah, I mean,
it's hard when you have to keep a schedule. And non-stop nut November is one of those things where unless you're prepared to go the full hog.
That's interesting you say that.
I mean, it's men's health month. If you are unable to keep your prostate clear, then just gonna grab this sandwich that my brother's cooking. Otherwise, it's gonna turn into charcoal.
Do you saying sandwich? When you're saying sandwich and cooking together, that's interesting. It feels very American, North American.
Sandwich.
No. Like just cooking a sandwich, like because when they say a sandwich, that's sort of like
It's normally just bread without the cooking. I pulled it out, bro. I was starting to.
And the biscuits, they get into the
Oh, good.
biscuits.
I got it before it went.
Just like the biscuit is like a bun type thing, but sort of
perfect.
I don't know. It's a thing. It's different words.
Should get Bungle in on the Cheep one night.
Bungle?
I set Bungle up with a avatar. Mr. Bungle was so clumsy he even knocked up his own tray. And you will give us your account, won't you, Mr. Bungle? Yes, yes. Let's talk business later. We'll talk business later.
What's it? First, I want to, like, what is it? I want
to make love to your beautiful, beautiful body.
That's right. Oh, Mr. Bungle. Okay.
Very impressed with the news this week. The assumage, the assumed, and the assumings.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like just, I thought Kenny obviously would be a little bit more. I mean, out of the 10 articles we had, only one he refused to
only one he did refuse.
He only refused one assumption, so that's pretty good.
However,
9 out of 10, you know.
I do want to say that I'm I'm not right now. I'm actually going to pay. Oh, actually, we'll do that as on stream a bit later. But tonight it will be done. But
the GPT.
Yeah, we've got it. Yeah, that was way better.
I think
it was way better. It's just way better
with the 3.5 because it didn't have the restrictions of the in-worlds character.
Well, it wasn't trying to be a person. It was just like I don't know. Like it was.
It was
just
clinical.
No, I don't know. It just was a journal. It just did a news story. It didn't try and have a funny accent or I don't know. No, it wasn't even the accent. No, it was the content. It was like I don't know. Don't you know? Do you think like it was much? It was more of a news article and less of a story.
Yeah.
It was less like you'd met the person on the street and they were telling you the story.
Just
which is what the
relaying
purpose
it
of
rather
in-world
than
is for.
trying to create fluff. Because I guess if you think about it, the in-world is trying to be a character. It's putting its own personality on the story.
And where are you going to meet that character? You're going to meet them on the road or something like that, and they're going to be like, down the street, yes, that's where you'll find the thing, you know, like.
If you turn left
place,
and tweak your nut 3 times, see it straight ahead. It will appear on the horizon after the 3rd nut tweak. At the 3rd stroke, it will be 7:55 precisely. Ah! Ah! Ah!
That's it.
I miss the time and the strokings.
The time and the strokings. So
apple and
I'm currently
strawberry.
folding washing on stream.
Currently folding washing.
Yeah,
Multitasking, Si.
that's it. That's as you do, as you
Damn.
do. Doing this moment quite animated on the stream.
Mm.
Yeah, look, I mean, I wrote a letter of apology this week.
You didn't.
I
What,
did.
email
Mm.
or handwritten?
Nah, I
You're not going to go to the full effort of handwriting. The handwriting is strictly reserved for
I mean, that'd be that'd
Hey,
be
little man.
real sorrow because I would hurt. Like it would be, my whole hand would be just, it would be the weirdest thing you've ever seen. Be like a child trying to write something.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with handwriting. I use a pen so little.
Oh, I use a pen all the time.
Yeah.
The pen is mightier than my swords half the time.
I mean, I'd be lucky to use a. I don't know. Yeah, that's my life. I don't know. I haven't written in so long. I mean, I do write Japanese a tiny bit.
Yes.
But yeah, but it's a thing.
I'm continuously wielding my pen sword. Part of the process, you know. CSAs don't fill themselves out, you know.
Yeah. There was this I tried to contact this company and there was this sort of sales rep person and they were just like okay. You're ringing
I watched.
national.
I actually was live on your
Oh,
for your
sure.
Insta when you were doing the rant, and I was just like, I just couldn't stop laughing. Seriously, it was like so funny. I was like, damn, Si. He's just pushed your buttons in such a way. I don't know what the hell clicked, but Harumph just came out and went.
Fuck you, brother. No, yeah. I was literally in the car, breathing out. Like he's like, you should drink some water. I'm like, actually, I should. And I'm like, I don't have any water. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna breathe. I actually say to him, I'm gonna just do some breathing. I'm just gonna have to breathe out for a second. And he just starts jeering at me on the phone. And I'm not like about that, but just doesn't. He's not listening either. He's like just in his own little fucking hilarious universe.
Yep.
You know, and I just was like, fuck. But yes, it was interesting pushing it too far, you know, and just a tinsy bit and just going and then kind of realizing it, and then both of us just going a bit quiet.
Yep. Yep. Because you'd realize that like neither of you were at fault.
Yeah.
It was just circumstance and situation which created the heated argument.
And I said as much in the email, like I didn't like, you know,
nothing
I didn't
personal.
kowtow.
Nothing personal. It's just fucking business, cunt.
Oh, that was terrible service, man. That was some of the worst service I've experienced in a while.
And if I'd given you the same level of service, I would have punched myself in the cock.
But that's basically it. That's why I was trying to punch them in the cock.
Yeah.
Because if I punched myself in the cock, then I'd definitely punch them in the cock. You got to hit yourself first.
Yeah. Don't do anything to others that you're not willing to do to yourself.
That's it.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That's the simplest fucking law of nature that you could possibly fucking think.
Lead.
Lead by example.
That's it.
You're gonna kill someone, kill yourself first.
Fucking straight into it. Bam. Give that a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back as an angry ghost and you want to kill more, then fair enough.
I'm totally supportive. Yeah.
Totally supportive, angry ghosts killing people.
That's it. Get on with the killing then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save a turkey, eat a vegan.
Is that a... You know what though? Well, this is the thing. I mean, well, okay. I'm thinking across species. So I've been wondering a bit lately around about this thing, which is, so what are the okay, you're familiar with me going on about how there's the ferret sort of weasel type creature and the rabbit,
Yeah,
and the stoat, and the stoat sort of weasel creature, and is the meat-eating rabbit.
Mm.
And so this one creature sort of has adapted to one environment and then evolved in two ways. One was to be sort of like a warreny, grass-eating, prey version. And the
Mammal.
other one
Yep.
was like a few of them, which got a bit tasty, got a bit of the taste,
Mm.
you might say.
True.
And then over
True.
the millennia, evolved to suit that taste, basically, and became stoats.
Mm.
So a stoat is a rabbit,
That just,
is
desired the
that eats
taste for
rabbits.
flesh.
That's a meat-eating rabbit. That's the one from the Holy Grail.
Mm.
But I suspect it's actually a
It's
stoat.
dynamite.
It's a fucking stoat.
It's fucking dynamite, mate.
Go you, boss.
Go you little stoatage.
That's it. And so what's the human version of that?
Well, convicts and cannibals,
What's
bro.
the human version of? Well, not just the cannibal thing necessarily, but like maybe we're the thing that eats the other thing. Like maybe we are the predator species.
Well, you've spoken about this quite a bit before, Simon.
I know. So
we
what's the
are
human
as
version? Is it the
an
pig, or
adult
is there actually a?
of the human species, it is our destiny to be eaten by the young.
So our species eats itself.
Pretty much. Self-consumption.
And so are there then perhaps like subbreeds of humans already? Or were there like,
Well, all different species split from their lines on the old Darwin tree.
And a rabbit doesn't
They'll
look
have their own
like
little
a weasel. Like, I mean, vaguely, but not directly. Like, so maybe like, is the sheep and the cow and the thing, is their story actually like way longer, basically, is what I'm suggesting? And some sort of like much more primordial, I'll just,
Well, have you
a bit
seen
more
the
teethy, a bit more fangy type creature, hungry.
Yeah. Well,
It's
you've
just
seen
like
Black Sheep, haven't
tending
you?
to
The
the other creature.
New Zealand
Just
New Zealand movie called Black Sheep.
mm, mm, mm,
It's got sheep that eat people.
mm. And you just train. No, but that the sheep and that, like, so say for example, like on the mammal scale, that there are some of our sort of basic food animals. Let's say like what's the staple food animal in each country?
Well, your base animal, chicken, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it's not very
Everybody eats a chicken.
human,
Chicken's
isn't
like
it?
the
That's
fucking
too
bottom
far
of the.
gone. Everything eats
Everything
chicken.
eats chicken.
And chicken, and if you don't, you're being eaten by the chicken.
Yeah, that's right. You're the vegan.
It's the point.
Chicken's gonna get eaten like the vegan.
It's that point in the. So chickens used to be bigger than that, but they were hard to manage, so we made them smaller.
Well, they've obviously been from the bird family, eating dinosaurs. Modern day dinosaurs. The dinosaurs became originally the dinosaurs were eating us or eating the previous mammals.
Could you just pass me the bottle of drinks that is just over your shoulder there? I'm gonna have to reach across you. You can't quite. I'm just gonna have to reach across you because you can't quite grab it. Thank you. Apologize for getting a bit up and personal in your face there.
It's all right. It's got a drink. This is ciderage.
The ciderage.
I like that we can have little 2D friends the magic mirror.
Hmm.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the dirtiest boy of all?
uh, and
Eilish, the flipper boy. Dirtiest boy of all.
oh no.
I have to get that video sent to me so I can forward it on to you. Because that Flipper Boy song it's great, but the video that was accompanying it just turns it from great into par excellence.
Yeah, look, I mean, it reminds me of this other song, which is called Foot Foot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. It is completely different, but similar in its own way. Very
Yeah,
similar.
yeah.
Yeah,
Has that
it's a,
carnival
there's a
sort of
genre.
effect going on. Like you want to fire up your organ grinder and get the circus music going.
Yeah, for what's happening in front of your eyes
Mm.
with the music. Like the music itself is the act. It's not the carnival music.
But it's not the video is the icing on the cake.
Mm. Hey, have you got talking of music, have you got like a music player thing like that you've used for a long time? Like say for example for me, because I've used on the Apple thingies, so I've used iTunes for whatever, 15,
Oh,
16 years.
well, it was
Is it
originally mine was the Google Music.
hmm
Like,
So in
and
iTunes,
then
I did
now
a
that's all
sort.
been pushed into YouTube Music. So
Mhm.
all my albums got ported across to YouTube Music
So I've done a
that I
sort
purchased.
inside iTunes, and it's like I've sorted by the amount of times I've played a song.
Yep, like most frequent.
Mm-hmm. To see like
What your popularity, your most popular song is,
yeah,
and
and
what is the most popular song in your iTunes list?
well, I
Are
think
you
the
prepared to
actual
share?
yeah, totally, man.
Yeah,
It's very
cool,
interesting.
cool.
Top 20, yeah,
Top 20
very
share.
interesting. Yeah, but the top one I think is actually an error. I think like I've left a device running
It's
and
just
forgotten.
continuously
Yeah,
played it
yeah, I
again and
think so.
again and again for
Yeah.
17 days.
Mm, not that long. No. I'm a bit on top of things. So, but yeah, that's 525 times it was played.
Wow.
I think that's not true.
Hmm.
However, the next song in the list is the soundtrack, the or ED, the end ED music of a anime called The Galaxy Next Door,
Oh, yep.
and it's the end music of that. So that's 4 minutes long, and I've played that 300 times.
Wow.
Yeah, and I know that and I play that when I drive. It's really beautiful. It's just this like
Special
da,
calming music.
da, da. That's it. Yeah, really
Hmm.
calming music. Hundreds of times. My top things is actually like 240, 239, 220, 203. And all in there are all like Final Fantasy VII,
Yep.
Tifa.
Yep.
Tifa's theme is in there. The intro song to um, Darling in the Franxx, which you need to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I have
Kiss of
started
Death.
watching it.
Oh,
Yeah.
have it? Yeah.
Don't worry.
Uh,
I've got to
Unlasting.
continue watching. That's what I've got to do.
Unlasting by
Hmm.
Lisa, which is from Sword Art Online, and
Yep.
the final arc
Most excellent.
of that, which is Alicization. Well, not the final arc, but the arc. It's kind of fun. And then it's like Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, Billie
Man,
Eilish does this.
she has been coming up in my Facebook feed for some reason.
And I just want to say, and I'll
She
just round
recently
it
came
off.
out today saying that she likes girls.
Well, I mean, everybody likes
I
girls.
like
That's the
girls.
thing, of course. You know. I don't know. Carpet likes girls.
Mm.
So the top song on my list is Somewhere Over the Rainbow, right? And that's at 528, 5 songs plays.
Somewhere
But
over the
here's the
rainbow.
thing, but to give that some credibility,
I thought it would have been more like The Hills Are Alive.
no,
Huh?
is
How do
that
you solve a problem like Maria?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My 12th top song
Yeah,
is Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but
the
by
Muppet
Jewel.
version.
No, by Jewel,
Oh, okay.
at 111 plays. Yeah. And then it's sort of it's interesting, yeah. And it's come from where I'm now able to play songs on repeat
Yeah.
very easily. And I'll just play them for like an hour, same song, 2 hours, 3 hours. Not all songs can do that.
No, no. Keep you enticed for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, there's things like Taylor Swift's up in there. There's a whole bunch of Yeji, but there's these special ones in there. There's ones that I can sort of see where they're like phases, like sort of periods of time. And the things that are like ones that I would think are my most popular songs. You know,
Mm.
if you like said, oh, so I'll be like, oh yeah, I was, Pink Floyd or something. In this list, I've played them like 10, 20 times, and I think, oh, well, maybe that was because like it's sort of only was recording since then and not back, say, in the 90s or something like that. But then I think about the amount of times I would have listened to, you know, Money from Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a some. It's certainly not none, you know, but it's not 100. Like I wouldn't have. It would have been cumbersome to try and play it 100 times. People would have been annoyed by me playing it 100 times. You know, and even when we had MP3 collections and everything like that, like
Mm.
the sort of portability and the in-ear, the headphone of it all, as opposed to you playing it through your PC or your
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, a lot of KLF would have got a good run, wouldn't it? I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
know
KLF's in the
my
30s
personal
and 40s and
experience that
50s. Yeah,
that's it. KLF. Just,
Daft Punk,
yeah.
Chicane,
Mm.
Jack Johnson, MC 900 Foot Jesus,
Yep.
Angus and
All the
Julia
greats.
Stone,
Mm.
Jack Johnson. Yeah, what was it? Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh,
Alan
so
Parsons
pleased that they
Project.
actually released some new material just recently.
Doors. Yeah.
I smell
Johnny Cash.
all the black.
XXYY. It's
Yeah,
quite
bro.
like, but it's interesting going back. Yeah, Aphex Twin, heaps of other.
Oh, window lickers. Any of them?
Moby. But if it went way back, Moby would be up there, and some of Moby's tracks I played in and um, trance master type music.
Mm. The Orb. That's another
The
favorite of
Orb.
mine.
Mm.
Orb.
Mm. It's a pity you can't sort of like, have that kind of thing very conveniently, you know, on show, like to be able to like talk about it, have like doing something like we're doing right now,
Yeah,
but then actually playing snippets.
from those
Yeah, I
faves.
don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be.
flipping through the faves. I guess we could do a cheap where we just have our favorite songs and just, play the 5 seconds or whatever it is to avoid copyright.
Is that a thing? I guess you can do that. I mean, maybe some of them are even like allowed. Sort
Well,
of go
if it's on
pre-select. I don't know how you
YouTube,
do it.
like some of the music, if they've got the music on YouTube, they allow you to play it and use it on YouTube as long as you
It was
don't
like that.
claim it as your own.
It was like that money thing where you had the money and it had this sound effect that went
Yeah,
with it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba,
that was
and then that
someone's
came up.
copyrighted sound
Yeah,
effect. But then it
like,
would say, you know, we're not going to strike you, but you know, it does belong to someone, but they allow its use on the YouTubicles.
It makes them happy.
And if anything, I guess, you know, if you put the reference to it in the comments or whatever, saying, you know, this is the original video, because that's what I was doing with a lot of the other stuff. I was using people's voices. I would then link the original video so that people could go and watch the original video. Part of the avatar testing.
With that, I would have had to say, I didn't even know.
No, I automatically just did it as part of the thanks very much for the original creator. This is the link to the original creation, and I'm just using it to, you know, test drive my avatars.
So I was wondering if we did like a thing on the Cheep channel, the cheapest channel. If maybe we have a playlist which
of
is
some of our faves.
Well, there's a few things we could do with that, like on the faves front. You know, as we go along, you could look at it and go, oh, there's a whole bunch of conversations we have around AI. And so you could take those chapters and then just drop them out as videos and have them as a series of videos in a playlist all about AI, or so topic-based conversational things, or you know, all of the things where we talk about books and media and stuff, you know, like so it's a whole thing about just us talking about books, you know, or yeah, you could do all sorts of interesting sort of pull-outs like that, I think.
Yeah. And then have all the interlinking music and associated media that was, you know, connected to it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I see.
Well, like when we were going through our original Cyberpunk days, when we were playing Cyberpunk, there was, you know, Zig Zig Sputnik was an essential.
Oh, massive.
US bombs flying overhead. Multi-millions still unfed.
We could have one where you just do our bio, like not bio, but where you go on there and you've got like under 10 minutes. So sort of more than 5 and less than 10 to sort of just talk about yourself, whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
You know, and like if we have other people on channel, then they actually become one of those people that has a little 10-minute talk about themselves. Whether it's a
drop the spiel on what they're into, what they do.
Who they are. So it's a little collection of those things. Just solos.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Solo presentation.
But yeah, I've been really excited, man. Like so excited. Like in my own little way of like cracking how to like build, save out the effects basically inside fun, being able to just just the speed at which I make a vertical video now.
Yeah, and that you figured out how to squish the centerpiece to push us together inside the little
And we could be wider yet. Like I haven't made us like as wide as we could be, like less squished, because a bit of us could be off screen. There's no harm having a bit of your arm off screen. Like
no,
even a bit of your face can be off screen. It's fine.
Yeah,
like
as long as the character's there.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go hit a water source that is running.
Again, just in case anyone's worried about the poor cheeps on the screen behind us, they are not dead. They are merely drunk. They are the waxing birds that have gotten drunk on the Rowan berries. So do not fear. They are merely drunk and sleeping off their hangovers.
Hello. Hello. Marlo. The dog. The dog. Yes. The tale of the beatings.
Mm.
Ah. You know, animals really appreciate when humans have nails.
Yeah, get in there, get into the skin and give it a dig. That's it. Diggy, 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 diggy. Diggy, 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 diggy.
Oh.
Bear likes it. Devil Bear likes it. Did you like that picture I sent you?
Good dog.
With the bear with horns?
I did.
It's so perfect. They say he's an angel, when he's a little angel, but really, he's the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, he is. Sort of reminds me of Lucy on the, Enchanted. That cat!
Yeah.
That black cat.
Yeah, I was like thinking about like that with when you were saying with Satan. And I was like, well, who has Satan killed? Especially in the Christian version, opposed to like sort of Greek or other ones where it, did actually make off with somebody and they never came back or whatever. But I don't remember Satan coming up and like leading huge wars and shit. It was more like Satan was there to receive people that weren't allowed to see God, that had sort of fallen from God. And he was like, "Here, oh, fucking don't be completely alone." Yeah. Have someone to share your torment with. I'm not sure. What does your shirt say? Oh, I see. Save it, turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, eat a vegan. Oh, the loneliness. You're literally standing next to someone, but you don't have your special things.
Well, I'm going to do a live stream make up a fucking dinner.
Excellent.
So
you're going to
we'll
make
keep
dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, at 8 o'clock at night,
Mm.
I'm going to cook up some eggy waggies.
How are you going to do those?
As I always do. You know, miracles fucking daily sometimes, so.
The daily miracle.
Daily fucking miracles.
Oh, actually. Okay, while you're doing some practical things.
Yeah, that's all good.
On stream. Let's
To wash the
have
dish
a
too.
working party on stream.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just bring up... what am I going to just bring up? FFworks.
Just get into a stream and peace and quiet. Always got to get interrupted. That's the common thing that I've noticed in YouTube is as soon as you go to stream or you go to do something,
Yeah.
something comes along to interrupt you.
Oh, does it special.
Special phone calls, special requests. Seems to be a common theme in the people that I watch. I mean, the smart ones just turn everything off and lock themselves in their studio or their room. And the smart ones do.
So I'm going to just quickly buy some piece of software, which is not too expensive.
It's all good, bud.
Like
Remember, the cheap stream is
that.
just purely a
Oh no, we're just
just cheap as fuck, mate.
So this software, so what?
We get on with our lives while we're
Once
doing
I buy
it.
this, I'll be able to share with you. So I tried to buy it the other day, but my bank was like, "You are not fucking paying
You
with
know.
those cunts. Those guys are dodgy."
Nice fresh eggy waggies, scrambled eggy waggies. Dad's specialty.
So
Get them eggs before they go rotten.
zero.
4 eggs should be in it. Alright. Now the beatings will continue until the eggs are frothy.
um, uh, so I'm just doing a. Hey, Kyle. Okay, so I just want to make sure this completes correctly. And my attention will return.
You're right, brother.
To the receipt. Done.
I feel like Jesus in the temple with the moneylenders.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Oh.
Perfect.
View receipt.
Salt, pepper.
This is key.
Pinch peppercorns. They normally put milk in, but I just go straight egg.
So, thank you for your
Tasty.
for everyone's patience there. I have successfully
some toast to whack it on.
So, at this when we first started this, when I wasn't trying to edit it at all, and then I was starting to edit it, and then sort of episode 3 was the first one I attempted to edit, and I edited that all in Final Cut.
Cough mute.
And as I was chopping it all up, I was like, yeah, this is an experience. And then that I wanted to I realized there was a few things that I was repeatedly doing, and there must be ways that people were also doing this, and there'd be methods. And so, which led me to a bunch of opportunities, and I settled on using RECUT for silence. And then I found a script for ums and ahs and all this kind of things.
Take out the,
all the sort of filler words. And the script also does silence and other things. Anyway, so I'm still using Final Cut, and then just sort of each thing's role and the file. And as you know, like you're outputting also, and you know, part of it was getting the exact file format and everything for you from you.
Yeah. which I ended up
So I
doing,
wasn't
moving
going through
across
like
to the
hours and hours and
yeah
hours.
movie format, recording in a movie format for you.
And so I've just converted the last ones, which is where, you know, the chat apps actually episodes 4 and 5 and things are now up on, you know, finally.
And it doesn't worry me what format it is because I can play them all.
Yeah, I can maybe play them, but it's like being able to edit them really rapidly or
Yeah.
do sort of like
Well,
like being able to access hardware level
yeah.
encoding.
And having the my NVIDIA doing the transcoding for it just made it like the vision itself is super clear. Hard to get
And
any
so,
artifacts or anything, so it's good.
so that was the first thing, was then you were sending me the files. That was the first big sort of bottleneck. It was like it was like 4 hours for me to transcode it. And so we just had you change the format of that, and that just got rid of hours straight
Mm,
away.
mm. It's part of the learnings.
And then, like as I've gone through, I'm trying to like work out the different bits and pieces, which I could go into I'll go into detail some other time,
Yeah.
maybe on a little personal video of like tech or
The
something like
the
that.
procedure. The procedure
Yeah,
of the
maybe.
edit. Mm.
But it's sort of yeah, just kind of dealing with each bottleneck, and there was all these subtle things to do with that I'd fuck on. Oh man, I'm still trying to like extract myself. I'm gonna have to like do an edit of. I'm gonna have to delve into this particular file I created,
Yeah.
a library for Final Cut one more time, and endure the suffering that I've created in there. It's just like living hell, like that you can't even extract anything from.
Come on, it's not even a real process unless it's a living hell, psych. Come on.
Well, I just sort of. So I think I
Initially,
mentioned how.
initially, and then you refine it.
I think I mentioned how like you sort of, yeah, over an hour of footage is an hour and a half. It starts getting a little bit clunky, and then 3 hours is not ideal at all. You're suffering.
Mm.
And then if you've got like if you've got a library though, where you've got like 5 or 6 of those, or 3 or 4 of those, so you got like 12 hours worth in a library. You'd think that maybe it wouldn't, but it does. Everything starts to try and open up, and it's just like, oh my God. Like the individual events open up, but it's just so pain. It is like living hell.
Mm.
There's all these other like nuances that sort of like you can, why each pain point happens. And so the thing about descriptors is that it's actually faster for me to make chapters in Final Cut than Descript.
Mm.
Like way faster. Like it's faster for me to like change speed of the audio, to scrub back and forth quickly. You know, you're just bouncing in audio. Where in the script, I'm like clicking in a script, and it's like it's actually it's slower in a way. If you're just reading the text and not listening to anything, then maybe it'd be fine. But so that process I've worked out, and making chapters inside Final Cut. Hot tip,
Mm.
and just for anyone else too, just in general.
Listening.
So
Yeah.
in YouTube, what it wants for creating chapters is in your text description to have time code of hour, minute, second,
Yeah.
starting at 0 with a name or whatever. That doesn't give a shit really about the name. And then a list of those. So in Final Cut, when you make markers and you turn them into chapters and you give them a name,
Mm.
on the one side it creates this index panel, and in the index panel is like the name and the time code. And so I just screen cap that, which you just apply to whatever your software is, you know, and process where you might have that list of numbers, and just screen cap it, and then I chuck it into preview. And on the Mac OS, or iOS, anything that is an image or a video, you can just then select, and it will just select it as text. And so I just select the text out of the screen capture. And that's then, just because of the design of it, just automatically makes a table of data. I just like switch them around, drop it in as text into YouTube, and like the whole thing of making the chapters turns into like a, 1 minute done.
Yeah.
And this is the cool thing. Like the thing about chapters is you don't have to like make separate videos. Like they're just all there in a list as part of your main timeline. And so you can render out the one main video of the whole thing, and then apply the chapters. But then what I've come to do is like by just clicking through each of the chapters,
Yeah.
you just find the ones that you want to make your specials, like the highlights and things. And then I just turn them into like their own, those are the ones I make into their own video. And I'm rendering that out. Then the highlights render out in like, a couple of minutes, they're all done.
Yeah.
As soon as you choose them, I just right click on them. It's made, and it becomes the video that's playing inside the full script is actually the highlight version. Like it's the same piece of content.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the shorts, I've got like a special this thing which is like a set of filters, and then I make basically 3 bits of video. I take our video and I copy it 3 times, and then I apply one filter to one of them, which is the left hand side of the screen, which is sort of where I am.
Yep.
And one which is to the middle, and one which is over to your side. And on those 3, I then can do a bunch of like they're automatically set, and then it just like squishes us together and makes a vertical video out of us, like in like talking seconds, like, and then I just hit the render button and it's just bam, like it's I'm being able to like output so quick that and the thing about like Descript and things, like Descript does make it even the amount of time in a video takes less because it's taking out all of our wrong words, is good, but we lose a whole generation of video quality, or it's super difficult. And I don't know, like, when we leave shop talk and everything else in, why are we taking out that we're like stumbling on our words?
Well, we shouldn't have to.
No. Just like, and it was interesting also, another thing was like in making them so far, episode 5, I think it is.
Yeah.
Or 6, which I've already, 6.
Is that season 2 or season 1?
Season 1, which is up, the last one I've actually published up there.
I think that's got the highest hits on my side.
It's actually running at 150% as standard audio speed, and we sound fine.
Yeah. Well, even the 125% still sounds okay.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We sound good at any speed, Em.
Any speed.
That's
You
right.
will slow
make it long time.
You are wise of all das.
And so I have managed to make a whole week of editing. Now take a couple of hours. And the couple of hours is me basically listening to it on 200%,
Picking out the
making the chapter
goldeny
points.
nuggets. Yep.
Just making chapter points.
Mm.
That's it. I just, and if there's something really
In,
just
out,
not
in,
right,
out,
like
in,
it's sort
out.
of
Yeah.
where we found like something where I just cut that bit out. Like, I mean, not like where we've been horrendous so much as where we've, I don't know, it was like a technical error or something, but it wasn't long enough that like we started having a chat about it and it was something interesting happened out of it at a shop talk. It was just 10 seconds of, 15 seconds of, error. Oh, do you remember the episode where you were seeing the flashing frames?
Oh, I still get that.
Mm.
I still get that. So, and I also get a black when I'm watching YouTube videos through Opera. I think Opera's the only one that really does it. But I get these little sort of moire things on the sides of the screen as well.
You should play that part of that chapter of that episode. It's up there. You should play that because it'll trip you out, like the way that it's actually edited and cut out the silences and things. And as you're saying what you're saying, and then what's actually happening on screen at the same time is just to
marries up
behold.
almost like it's
a
marriage between heaven and hell.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I think there's some, so it's just super, all of the things are like really efficient and the making the thumbnails and that's great fun. It's hilarious. I love it.
Mm. No, that's been the best bit, like checking out the thumb,
car,
like the piss car,
the piss
the
car.
spraying piss. That was just so cool. It's like I'm marking my territory as I drive, just shooting out huge yellow streams on the sides of the road to
and the animals.
keep the animals, but just getting like fully. It reminded me of that, the dude that got the meme, that cop that's watering my hippies. Remember that one? Watering my hippies. You ever heard of that one?
No.
This cop was spraying these hippies that were, I don't know, demonstrating something, and he hits them with the orange power, and then the guys at 4chan grab him, and he becomes a meme. They turn him into a meme, spraying everyone from the Statue of Liberty all the way through to God.
Right.
Yeah. Just hitting everyone with the spray. Yeah. That's what that car reminded me of. The piss car reminded me of that guy, the policeman who got memed. He got memed badly.
Totally it's crazy. That was yeah. I mean, I tried to get some of them, and I was just like, yeah, okay, that's what you want it to be. I'm just going to let you have that if that's what you think it is. Okay.
Yep. Let the AI make the call.
Yeah, I mean, some I realized I needed to rework my own sentence to make it sort of, and it's interesting because as I'm doing it, like I understand how people talk about like writing prompts because you think as you're writing a thing, you go, oh, there'd be no paintings or pictures that it's encoded that have this word, or
Yeah.
like start thinking about like art, like photos and artworks and compositions and how they're tagged.
Yeah.
And what you're typing in and going, that's not us. Those words are not next to each other.
They're not correlating.
No, they don't. They won't make sense. I heard some trippy shit.
Kind of trippy shit.
The kind of trippy shit where AI is being used to this is beyond cookies.
Sock puppet sex fiends.
No, it's like you interact with something online.
Yep.
And then from that point, an AI then sort of like just monitors the flow of data, and in the flow of data over like a period of weeks is aware of like how somebody who also typed in those things that
Oh,
in
happy
that
birthday,
place.
Bjork. 58, man. She doesn't look a day over 21. Sorry to get sidetracked like that.
No, no, I don't know. Maybe it was. Are you part of the like? Is this? Should we not speak of such things?
No,
Is it like
I
a
she
secret?
just kept coming up in my feed, I guess because it was her birthday today. Facebook feed, X feed, they're all wishing her a happy birthday. That little nautic cutie.
She's one of my heroes, I think. I
Mm?
mean, I don't really know what she does in life, or
Mate, when
you
she
know how
bashed that
she's.
reporter at the airport, I just went, yep, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Just got up a 10-hour flight. Someone sticks a camera in your face, you just kick the
Mm.
shit out of them.
Boss.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that there's something to be said. I got out of my car today, like the other day. I tried going to work yesterday,
Mm.
and I went and tried to do my first pickup, and it was so the road to get to it was so Friday. It was
The
out of
Black
control.
Friday sales, you know, where they put it
Ah,
up 3,000% only to take it down by 2,000%.
is that what it also was? It the Black Friday
Yeah, this whole thing's been all
sale?
Black Friday sales. You know, Black Friday sales matter, you know.
No wonder. I'm explaining that I got out of my, I just couldn't understand what was happening. Like it was so
Mm.
crazy in the cars, and then it's like and it's like the give way, and the guy's just driving straight, and I'm just like, I just stopped my car. I'm like, hey, hey,
Mm.
and he's like beeping at me, and I'm like, I didn't see any giveaway sign
Gotta
coming.
go and
Like, and
get
he
my
starts having a
Black
go at me.
Friday
And I'm
double-ended
like, hey, I'm
dildos
not having
from
to
the
try and have a
super
fight.
sex
I'm just
shop.
actually saying, like, I'm not trying to be
50%
an
off.
asshole. Don't be an asshole, man.
Mm.
Like, what's going on? And
50% off your
I got back in my
double-ended
car,
dildos.
and I just canceled my jobs and I just rang Uber and said, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, like, I'm so sorry. I can't do this. This is
Mm.
fucked up.
Yep.
This is too, I gotta go
Crazy.
home.
Roads are crazy.
This is dangerous.
Mm.
Went home.
Sanity.
I was so happy, man. Basically, the reason that there was the reason why I suddenly the just the real cheap channel just suddenly appeared
Mm.
was two things. One is I just noticed my own channel was just becoming just basically the real cheap channel. Like
Mm.
was it was just being swamped in that content, and so as part of that was as I was using my channel to test the editing and delivery process, it started to become the cadence of content that would be on
The
cheap.
cheapenings. Yeah. Yeah.
And I just was like, oh, this is too much. And so that was one thing. And the other thing was just working out my process so well enough that I can just start, I can peacefully make the content happen. Yeah.
Without the pains in the head.
Yeah, and I think that yeah, it's going to be good. And the next thing I'll just be getting up so that I'm up to where we're up to, and so that I don't have to, I barely have to listen to any of it. Because at the moment I have to listen to more of it because I'm.
Because you got to put the chapters in.
But if I was listening to it like the next day or next, Sunday evening,
Mm.
for example, and just
I.e. the
listening to it
day
Sunday
after.
evening,
Yep. Cheapenings.
100%, with silence removed.
Mm.
So silence removed, 200%.
Yep.
I'd just be like, oh, that, yep. Oh, and then when we got to there, you know,
Mm.
and yeah, I'd be way faster. I think that I would do it.
The process would improve.
and it'd be just so quick because as soon as I've made the chapters, then I've immediately made the all the sub videos. They're all done.
Yeah.
And the thing
It's just a matter
like,
of porting them out. Yeah.
say there's a bit of it that like one of the chapters is like 1 minute and 6 seconds long. So I just go to that chapter and I just speed it up.
Yeah.
So that it's 59 seconds and 15 frames long.
Did you notice our last package was 4 hours 20?
I did.
I got the 420 going. It's just
totally
like fully
noticed the
fucked.
420.
Like I was just
What
like,
the hell,
fuck
man?
yeah, 420 that bitch.
We 420'd it. It
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, that was the funniest thing.
Just as you were passing out, it was excellent.
Oh dear, man. Look, I've been pretty happy this week. I had to go to the doctor to get more referral.
Yeah.
And then I just say this thing. He's like, what things? He's just like, what other things do you experience? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want? Like,
Yeah.
so, like,
And the plethora of the shit that I go through, sure.
I said I've got
Just
like
let me check the catalog.
I got body dysmorphia. Yeah, I've had gender dysmorphia. I've got like, I don't know. It's just like, body dysmorphia.
Mm.
I'm like, yeah. He's like eating things and stuff. I'm like, disorders. I'm like, yeah, man. Like,
Yeah.
I can tell you stories about
Totally.
like that. And I didn't even realize that I used to have that, let alone, being able to still like.
Well, a lot of things that we do in our, that are the memes of our lives, we don't even realize unless someone points it out and goes, hey, did you realize you do this? And you go, no. And then you think about it and you go, oh, fuck, I do that a lot.
You need to tell it's like immediately that you've got that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said people with body dysmorphic eating things and stuff.
Gesundheit.
He says they can
pull that soul back inside.
They can talk to people a lot more easily. The government's very supportive of people. I was just like,
yeah, they want to help. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, my eating is way better than it used to be. But I don't know.
Well, we've both been through that. The big to small to big. I mean, before you met me, man, I was fucking huge.
Yeah,
like I was a fucking unit. I just ate and ate and ate and ate. And then it wasn't until I left my first, solid relationship that I sort of went, oh, hang on, something's not right here. And all my family's like, oh, what the fuck's wrong with Ryan? He's lost all this weight. And I just said to him, no. I did it for me. I knew that as I got older, if I didn't drop this now, then I'd carry it in through to my old age. And
the woe.
And all the woes of having all that extra weight on top. Would have been a plethora of fucking health issues in the future.
I reckon I observe
things that I do not want.
The thing of observing.
Because I've seen others, as you have, struggle through that shit. So
the difference between one person who's 90 and another person who's 90 is the amount that they move.
Yeah.
And not the amount they moved at 90, but the amount that they moved at 60, 50, and 40. And being able to actually, you know what I think the difference, if you look at think of the two words, animate and inanimate.
Yeah.
So an inanimate object doesn't move.
No.
Yeah.
It's basically plonks and does. That's where it stays.
And so if you want to stay animated.
Animated.
You got to keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the key.
And that's about not just, it's about continuing the stride of your gait, not just suddenly becoming like, you see the 70-year-old person and they're walking like a quarter of their stride. That's not because those legs are only can do that. It's that they just walk less and less.
Mm.
And so their
They're not
stride got shorter and
continuing to
shorter.
try and push that envelope. I mean, not to the point where it becomes injurious,
Yeah.
but to the point where they're getting that, the heartbeat, the breathing, the, elevated temperature, the sweating,
That's super
the
easy.
toxins coming out.
Like, you don't have to be 70. Remember
Mm.
Dan, like the bloodbath. He would he went into the hospital, and in 6 months from the wrong cushion and the whatever, he ended up with the twisted thing and the stuff and the hook over. Like, within 6 months, your whole body can be altered
Completely. Yeah. You can go from, being muscly to just, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take a long time. It's a very cumulative thing. Like the idea of bioaccumulation.
But the more idle you are, the more weight you will put on. That's the thing. That's why, I mean,
well, yeah, I mean,
that's why I flip between the magic mirror character and the avatar, because I mean, the avatar character, with the AVAKIT, I've got to be sitting in front of the camera, whereas at least with the magic mirror, I can get up and wander around the house and continue chatting, because I like to be mobile while I'm talking. To me, that's sort of part of the experience, and that's what I've done to, I eat my dinner. I don't go for a walk down the street, so I just walk around the house.
if you go into Wikipedia, I mean, I don't know if it's still there. I hope it is. Is that there's these like Chinese people like living to, like, the oldest dude there 250, and their master lived till 500, and it was actually a reducing diet. The diet stayed into like berries and herbs and things like this.
Yeah.
And it was always walking up into the hills. So there was purpose,
Yep.
movement, and like this, just what was needed. And I thought that was interesting. So that's the longest recorded sort of Chinese, is 250 on Wikipedia. Of course, there's like debated and things like that, but that's a.
And obviously that person was a very animated character.
They definitely were. They were walking up a mountain every day, collecting out in nature, collecting herbs and berries, in just meditation and in fucking seeing like squirrels. Whoa!
Bit of a stutter there.
Yeah, my computer just went into some kind of. We had a bit of an unpleasant moment. The power in this house is bad. When you turn lights on and off, or other things, like the circuits are fucked, and whatever.
You get yourself a little PS going on.
Yeah. Well, I did buy that. I need my tools. I'm not a very tool rich individual, generally speaking.
Not like the Am.
No.
Loves his tech.
Yeah,
He's always got tools. I can build anything. Give me the schematics. I can pull anything apart and put it back together. Even people.
Oh, even people. I was reflecting on our early video, early Cheepings, and we were talking about this family, and giving them this our own sagely advice about how to eat less, which I'm sure actually is less than they eat, but spend. But nonetheless, on how that's evolved. And I just wanted to
That's
like
it. Surviving on a budget.
surviving on a budget. And so some alterations I've made.
Mm, mm.
So now most of the time I actually eat just the tuna, just the tin fish,
Yep.
which is like 220 or like 440 for a,
That's it.
for a family, 220 for an individual, or like a small
129
lunch.
for the
Mm.
90 grams of rice.
Yeah, if you're using the rice, that's it.
Because I'm
So
a rice man.
tuna
I
and
like the
then
rice and tuna.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
So mushrooms are now 12.50 a kilo.
Mm.
But if you go to the tinned section,
Tinned section and the tinned mushrooms.
tinned
Exactly the
mushrooms,
same.
champignons,
In the juice.
yeah, $4 to $4.50 a
Bang.
kilo.
Bang.
So mushrooms every night.
Mm.
Continue on the tin. That's it.
Tinny.
And broccoli is going out of season, of course, because it isn't winter. And
Yep.
so, to be resilient, it is now $9 a kilo, as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can still get the frozen.
Broccolis. And
So it's,
frozen spinach, which is
yes,
excellent.
and just and
Spinach
as you would
balls.
be, like, don't be like thinking that's snooty or less, like, or whatever you think, because like if you were growing your own
Mm.
broccoli and you
It would
weren't
have
like
to be seasonal anyway.
and you'd
You'd
have
only
like
be
a big
getting it,
freezer,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd have like a big garden where it was frozen, and you're bringing it out
So you'd be
yourself.
freezing, once you've done your harvest, you'd be freezing a significant
Yeah,
amount if you wanted to
yeah, that's right.
continue eating it through the year.
Mm. Same,
Blanch cooking like
same.
our friend Creeping Jesus would always do, because he loves blanching, remember? He's the king of the
Oh,
blanch, Creeping
the
Jesus.
blanch, the blancher.
Zebra one.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can do that with frying too. It's, people do the double and the triple fry of the chip to give it that extra crispness. And so you could do the single fry, just sort of near fry. And then like, I want to like revolutionize the kitchen. I want to make like the most efficient fucking kitchen imaginable. Like, it's like works on like half the energy of a normal kitchen to achieve the same goal.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you could make a kitchen that was like 50% more efficient, like half cost half as much energy?
Yep. Easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And a commercial kitchen, because that's where it matters.
Mm. You could quite easily sit down and rework all the kitchen utensils. I mean, really, like if you think about it, a lot of it, if it's cooked during the day, you could rely on solar or solar cooking techniques, and that would
Well, as long as
basically
you've got access to the sun. I mean, in a
knock
big city,
your
you've got.
energy bills pretty much in half.
And do you mean like so up on the roofs of buildings? You have these like
There's
collector
ovens.
points
Yeah, just
that
walk up
just like
there, throw
everything's
your
used
food
optic
into the
fiber.
oven,
Oh,
route it
yes,
down.
routed. So
You
it's
could
like a
even have like
concentrator. So now you've got a
you
concentrator.
put it in the little thing and you haul it up to the top where the concentrator is. It cooks for, an hour, full sun, back down.
And the key is making that work at 20 or
Mm.
30 chickens or 100 chickens. I reckon the chicken is the unit of it's the add unit of meat,
Yeah,
isn't it? It is.
base unit.
It's the base unit.
10 chickens
One
equals
chicken.
equals a sheep or a goat.
I mean, I'd eat a chicken.
Five goats equals, or 2 to 3 goats, maybe 5 goats equals a cow,
If I'm
or
doing a soup or
larger
something like
beast,
that, I could eat like a third of a chicken or a quarter, maybe.
cow or a horse, depending on your taste.
Half a chicken a day.
Mm.
One fish or half a chicken a day.
Mm.
That's my kind of
So,
need, I
so it'd probably be 1 to 2
think.
fishes per chicken.
Yeah. Like a fish is a side of a chicken, like a half a chicken egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're doing the fish, there's only probably out of the whole fish, there's probably a third which is the meat.
Yeah.
The rest is bone, head,
That's it.
tail,
You've got these two main
fins.
fillets. So it's like sort of one breast and a leg, maybe. Like, if you like. And, you're not trying to eat like massive amounts of. Yeah.
I was listening to the chicken nugget, the cheap chicken nugget episode.
Ah, yeah.
And the spectacular. No, mate. It ain't spectacular.
No. It's not.
It's not even borderline gargantuan.
No. And yeah, episode 6 was quite it even like reduced and sped up and like all the things removed. It's still sat
Had
like,
solid content.
yeah, it was quite a lot. It's still nearly 2 hours long. So there was a few more highlights and shorts from it than other episodes because it was.
But I'm glad I installed the iCloud on my computer, actual software, rather than relying on going through the browser. Makes it so much easier. And basically just drag, drop, then it just continues until it finishes download and synchronize. Excellent. Speeding up of the process.
Yeah, man, that's it. Hey, like I'm
because that's all we've really done since we've started the Cheep is just basically speeding up the process of how we do it, optimizing the way that we do the actual program itself. You've been doing a lot of the back end stuff, which very thankful for, Si, because I'm not an editor. I mean, I can, but that's not my thing. You need to get things to do things or hardware to do things. That's me. I'm whipping it with
totally, man.
cat of 45 tails to make it work.
Yeah. No, you're making the audio work, all these other things happening.
That's it.
Yeah, you'll be working out like the whole thing about plugging in the AIs.
That's more up my sleeve.
I mean, I was looking at that. I got no progress, and you just smashed all of that out. And then the editing, it's taken me a while. Oh man, if I think about the amount of hours I've spent this year
But
editing in ways that I'll
all
never
excellent
edit
knowledge which is required. Like these are things that we wanted to do. That's the reason why we're doing them. We're interested in it. Definitely wouldn't have been progressing as quickly as if we weren't that interested in it. I'm looking forward to having my little cyber van or cyber caravan and just fucking having everything rigged up in that. One thing that's just fucking hurting my ass right now is paying fucking $1,100 a fortnight for rent.
Oh,
just
you're
fucking
at
me hard. That's what it's doing.
What? But doesn't like don't others doesn't like at
Bungle
least
helps, but his work's like seasonal, so at the moment he's out of work, so he's got to deal with the GOV.
Oh wow, this is the bung. Well, but wow, you're right. That's well, regardless that you're paying the cheapest rent of anybody I probably know.
I mean,
less.
if I was paying for this same house down in Sydney, pretty much all of my pay would go to the fucking rent. So I am happy being in the Kingsland, man.
Yeah.
Kingsland, it is affordable, but
it is, man. And I mean, it's just going to be the next part. Like the first one was like it's not safe to be around so many people. And so there was a distribution of things. But the next wave is going to be, it's just too expensive.
They're gonna have to share house.
We'll leave. No, well, I've seen places as I'm driving around which are advertising like share, like basically a room in a house. So you've got a locked room in the house and it's
Yeah.
just corridors and the old mate lives next door in his
Mm.
room and but then the next level up or down rather, which is the shared room.
Oh, okay.
Shared room for $200 a week.
Mm. That's it.
Paid $200 a week to get a shared room, my friend.
Mm. Mm.
Cheap.
Mm. That is cheap. As long as you're prepared to put up with someone else snoring.
What does that even mean? I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know. Like they sit there playing PlayStation all night. You're trying to sleep.
Mm. You're be like college, I guess. You know, sharing a dormitory in college. You know, got a single room and you got 2 or 3 people in that room. Occasionally you got to put the earplugs in so you don't hear people bonking.
And how big's the room? It's probably as big as my room. Maybe, I don't know. Jeez. A bit bleak. Yeah, there's a real like hidden reality. I saw an article actually this week about
And even if, you know, the Australian government pulls its finger out and this housing initiative goes ahead, I mean, they're not going to have adequate housing in time for the swell of the population. So,
no, someone said to me this week that about that was like, oh, they want to put 1,000 or something houses in the eastern suburbs, like more dwellings. I'm just looked at them. And I'm like, by the time they've built them, it'll be too late.
yeah, there'll be, you know,
1,000?
yeah, there'll be 10,000 people looking for those 1,000 fucking dwellings.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they should do, Si? And I mean, this is just me thinking outside the box as I usually do. How many fucking shipping containers are out there?
Ah, full,
I mean, if
full like,
we're gonna go fucking player one,
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
let's
full.
deploy the
Just
fucking
go
shipping
full.
containers, cunts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's build homes in the shipping containers and just fucking stack it, rack and stack the cunts.
Yeah, it's more space than you get otherwise. If you had a long shipping container in
Mm.
a rack,
And that would definitely be a
it's
intermediate
sociable too. Eh?
intermediate fucking step. You know, if you run out of housing or you can't build housing quick enough, you put that in place,
Or you build
and then you
intentional
just
slums.
continually, you know, continuously build. You house those people that need homes, and then continuously build the houses for anything else coming up. Because a lot of those containers are just wasted.
Yeah, hopefully less so now. I mean, there's a
Mm.
whole market for that kind of thing,
Yeah.
which is outrageously priced, man.
Yeah, I've been looking at it. Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Container
micro housing
homes.
for
Yeah. I
$150,000 or
mean, what
200
the
grand for your, I don't know,
fuck? What the fuck?
a special sliding
These cunts
door.
paid fucking 8,000 or 10,000 for a brand new fucking container. They put a toilet and a couple of fucking amenities in there, and then it's what 120K. I mean,
I know,
what the
right? Yeah, apparently
fuck,
it's
you
a fucking
fucking
wuss,
greedy
mate. Wuss,
cunts.
wuss. It's insane, eh?
Yeah,
It's crazy
fucking
pricey.
greedy cunts.
I know how to build a stationary one. I mean, I know, like, a dear friend, like, really went deep on, like, and, in their warehouse, like, looking at ways of building a tiny house on mobile. And in a way, like, it was interesting because using milk crates as sort of like a modeling tool.
to
and you just so
plot
you
it
can
out.
walk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, but they also showed something which was like having like all of it being cubicized storage containing kind of like, so it was sort of like a honeycomb structure, that each piece of it was like also storage as well as whatever floor, or
Mm.
maybe
Double
whatever it was.
function, triple function.
Mm, mm,
Mm.
mm.
Or floor pops up, there's storage underneath it, but that allows you to, do your low seating and have your feet
That's it.
down inside the floor and have the table pop up, and
Yeah.
you've got the seats with your little pillows so you can create your dining space, and then once you're finished with your dining space, it, you know,
That's
goes back
interesting
down to the
actually,
floor and
because then you start thinking about a space volumetrically
mm,
as cubes of space.
yeah,
Like you're saying, like if so you got the floor as your zero, and you build up one cube, and that allows a person to sit and have it well at a table.
which is 2 cube
And
level. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Mm,
And their torso is at 2 cube and 3 cube, and their head's at 4 cube level,
mm,
which then means you need like at 5 cube you could have like, or you need a 5 cube as an airspace
mm-hmm.
to give people like the sense of
And you could have a
space.
drop down from the ceiling so
And
that
then a
you've got
six
your,
cube
you
is
know,
like the where you
your
start again.
mm,
So you can think of
and your
that. So
7 cube is going to be your roof and outside.
Oh, maybe. I mean, they're sitting down. Like
Mm.
once they stand up, there's different stories going on too. Um, hmm. Yeah, the value of building to the size of
I
like
think the Shink buildings,
is a,
way of the future. That plug and play, and
hmm.
and you don't have to have a shower and a toilet in that cube in your thing. You could have that external. There could be a module which is community shower and community toilet.
As long as the access from your bedroom and warmth and coziness
Mm.
to there is not bleak.
Yeah,
If that's
yeah.
nice, that's like nice, and other people are kind of understanding that you can
Respectful of the
travel
shared conditions.
the
So if
shape
you're
the way
gonna
that you are.
get in there and have a splatter various in the toilet, then you definitely want to clean it up afterwards so that the next user can be not offended by it.
Yeah, and how many do you need
Mm.
at that point? Like maybe, but also just that you're allowed to be. I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Well, I guess on the amount of cubicles, like that it was supporting each one of the, like say for instance, say five containers would have
What if you
one
rethought it entirely?
support amenities
Mm.
facility. So you'd have 3 toilets,
What
two
if you treated,
two showers or 3 showers. So 3
but maybe what if you treated it sort
washing
of more
facilities.
like that so that the containers worked in like a five sort of thing, and they work sort of like and the one there. So they had this like they were like spokes.
Mm, mm.
There's a special shape, right?
Well, you saw
So
my
the
sun house that I
so the
designed.
inside,
Basically
I
just a
can't quite do it. The inside's like
hexagonal
a hex with these
central sort of
5 pieces,
cooking
and
slash
then
cleaning
this inner
module, and then
cubicle, the inner module,
mm,
is where you wash and you do your things, and so it's just a centralized sort of unit, as opposed to trying to make everyone go to a different place. You optimize for like them to have that facility sort of integrated, and maybe like you could go think further where like the floor I'm in my bedroom, like why isn't that sort of like a not a wet space, but yeah, like where the amount of skin cells and everything that I shed in here, that should just be also carried away and processed, made use of.
Recycle human skin cakes.
Well, if you have your waste processed like in your house and things like that, why isn't that all, that maybe like your fresh food comes in still, but all of your sort of, what if all of your
The
condiments came from your shit?
scraps and whatever went down through the mulching
No, no,
chute
no.
and then became
Let's put,
part of the fertilizing for the next, like all got integrated and then became the fertilizers and the soils for the next generation of food that'll be growing. Like you had that, basically the output, the waste was then recycled
yeah,
and
put back in.
used for the,
There's some interesting
creation
systems
of
in
the
that.
food, the new
Yeah.
foods.
Yeah, Philips has like a gas, like uses the methane digesters kind of approach, which makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
And you just put everything into that.
It does the processing, you get the bonus gas off the
And
breakdown.
lighting and everything else from it
Does
as a
your
result.
and you're cooking, cook with that gas and
Mm-hmm.
eat with that gas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do the exchange aircon,
Mm.
refrigeration, yeah, gas lighting, diffuse.
That's it. All running off your own farts. The fully recycled human existence.
Fully recycled.
Mm.
I'm going to, on the fully recycled human things, I'm going to refill my non-alcoholic liquid
Mm.
because I'm looking at my liquids and I want more liquid, but I don't want to pour more alcohol.
No,
I just want
no.
to,
I'm happy to do my
at this point.
ciderings. I mean, I'm sure Summersby will eventually,
Oh yeah,
uh, due to the wonderful sponsorships.
yeah, they're going to be a primary channel sponsor.
Mm-mm. Eventually, I mean,
Yes.
definitely getting a good product placement. That's for sure.
Oh, they are like
Free product placement, free plugging. See, this is the initial start in the what are they called? I was listening to RGE, Raging Golden Eagle today, and he was talking about the whole YouTube begging thing. You know, the YouTube beggars.
Oh, that's cool. What's it coming to
Yeah.
YouTube begging?
Oh, just it's the usual thing that either
I
begging
mean,
for
how
shekels
do they
or
do it?
begging. Well, he gets like he gets quite a bit of, like, he's got 70
From
something
corporate
K,
sponsors
70,
though, or?
79K viewers or subs. So, and a lot of them just, throw him a fiver or throw him a 20, or occasionally you'll get a big, 200 smash. And it's sort of like they give him money to get their, whatever they've written in their little, super chat thing, to get him to read it out for them. So that's part of the deal. They give you the moolah and then you read out their little super chat and obviously, do your own critique on what the super chat was. And
Yeah, so
I mean, he
we
picked
want to
me
do it
up a
where we
couple of
don't
times
say
today.
anything at
I had
all.
some,
We don't even know.
yeah,
I don't want to even know.
some classic things to say. I mean, I don't give money because I haven't got no money.
Someone
So,
dropped $200 in our chat somehow in the mythical
mm,
future.
yeah, super chatted.
And I don't even
200
want to know.
smackers, 200 smackaroonies.
Yeah. Who cares?
I mean, it's only just going to go back into the channel anyway. So, most of the YouTube coinages will just go back into building the YouTube channel. Maybe a little bit diverted for necessities.
Yeah, it'll have it's already got a monthly thing, so.
Obviously,
I'm not
you get enough
complaining about
subs, you can just go into the subscriber mode and they
stream.
pay the $5 or $10 a month to listen to you rant and rave about whatever the fuck you want to rant and rave about, whatever your specialty in ranting and ravings are.
So you get on my
I love that there's just life going on in the background while we're doing
yeah.
our tubing. Our livings is just normal life happening. It's not like we're
Well, we're just having a chat, man.
sitting in a studio or fucking got the little script rolling on the camera in front of us or off the laptop. Unscripted, totally unscripted, totally live. Is there a point to it all? No, but we'll make a point to it. We'll create a point of reference.
I always remember like The Witches 3, and the question of really.
We are the Witches 3.
What does it mean? And the answer is whatever you want it to.
Yeah. Take from it what you will. It is your destiny. Walk forward with eyes open.
The walking.
Best way to avoid running into the wall.
Is to run feet first.
But yes, a lot more vegan options.
Yeah, I think
we've got to find out some way of convincing them to save a turkey. Are you willing? Are you that strong with your convictions that you are willing to take the place of the turkey? Do you love animals that much that you are willing to take that place of the turkey?
Wow.
Well,
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's direct action.
Truthfully, if you've got that much conviction and you believe animals should live, then you should be prepared to lay down your life so that those animals should live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just the.
Oh, I've got one like already.
Do you think there's a whole series of these things I've thought of in my life, man. Some of them with you.
I know. We've discussed it thoroughly.
The people like the example of like taking people's houses. They're like taking wildlife.
Yeah.
How like destroying like nature. Let's say you have like just go into a suburb and you just film people being like having their Queenslander mowed down at 6 a.m. in the morning with big chainsaws. And they come running out.
And just planting a little forest.
Just leaving them with like a toy, not a cubby house even, but sort of like a doll's house. That'd be kind of the most approximate thing. Like if you were like a koala or I don't know, whatever, you're some wildlife.
Should be thankful. and graciously giving up the space to help the friends. That's just, if you're prepared to be a vegan, then you got to put your money where your mouth is.
Always was, always will be.
Mm.
Give it back.
That's it. It's not yours to keep. You only get
If
to
you've got a
borrow. You only
mortgage,
get to borrow it for a short amount of time, and then you got to give it back.
if you've got a mortgage and you say that, give it back. Find some Aboriginal people in the local area.
Hand it
Give
over.
them your house.
Yours. I've done what I needed to do with it. Now it's yours. Now, there.
Stop
Sign it
being a
over.
receipt of stolen goods.
Sign it over for $1.
When people say it's stolen, which it is, so if your receipt of stolen goods, isn't that a crime?
Well, under law it is.
Then you know it is. It's not like you could deny. I mean, you know that it's stolen. So, yeah. You don't see that happening very often, do you?
Nope.
No, we don't.
But
Look
that's
after
because
anybody.
there's probably been no discussion about it. Maybe all it needed was just to be discussed. Steps can be taken.
I think at an even deeper level than anything to do with like Aboriginal Australia and all. It's the conflict between settled and nomadic people.
I've always considered myself to be a nomad, even though I do settle in the dwellings that I stay at for a period of time. But essentially nomadic. And when you first met me, I mean, what did I have? A bag full of shit. That's it.
That's it.
That's my life. Bag full of shit. Didn't matter where I was. As long as I had my bag full of shit, that was home.
Yeah.
Still pretty much the same. I just got more shit.
Well,
I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've gathered, I mean, really, like mowers and fucking edge trimmers and all the other shit. It's house related. So if I didn't have a house or land to mow, then I wouldn't need it.
that shouldn't be a responsibility. It should be the houses. It's things. Maybe you need to furnish it, like maintain it or whatever. But
Maybe every house should come with, if you've got a yard, then it should come with a fucking mower and a whippersnipper. Why the fuck do you have to buy it?
If you're a landlord, it's tax deductible. For you, it's not.
No.
You know, and then if they want it kept in the manner it's accustomed,
But that's the whole,
they provide it with the things that it
when
should be
you
accustomed
sign
to.
the lease, you sign and basically say that you're taking responsibility of the yard from the owner while you're there. I mean, really, if you were to cross those parts out and go, no, I no like, and then sign it, then it throws the onus back onto the owner, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you've got to.
But then again, if you start crossing things out and going, no, I'm not doing that, then the real estate going, well, you're not getting a house. those responsibilities come with signing the contract and getting the house. So if you aren't prepared to sign the contract and do that shit, then you don't get the house.
Yeah, there's only. Yeah, they're quite particular about like what's a minimum requirement for you to be allowed to have a house, man. Like I don't
The
fit it.
habitation.
No one would fit in
Habitation
a
has its
house.
requirements.
Yeah, I'm not allowed. I gotta scrimp under the radar and hide like a sort of a Jew from the freaking Nazis, which is sort of appropriate, really, isn't it?
At the moment,
Mm.
a lot of people out there hating that certain race of people at the moment, in there. Got their hate on.
Well, I think I might have already said it, but like I get it both ways.
I was thinking about it the other day, and the analogy for the Middle East for me is like it's either a hornet's nest in the middle of a fucking stack of beehives, or it's a stack of hornet's nests with a beehive in the middle of it, depending on how you look at it, right? Who's given the honey? Honey.
Yeah, what's the root of that?
Because me, being nature boy and all, I like to put it back to the simpler things in life. Always been like that. Because, as humans, we do copy nature quite a bit. We say it's our own, and, we modify it, genetically modify it to try and gain copyright, but, who owns the original copyrights? Nature.
Mm-hmm.
And truly all we do is just borrow from that.
Yeah, you do. We do. And we look at different ways that nature sort of implements things and how we can simulate that.
Turn it into a money-making venture. Humans are always, trying to capitalize, aren't they?
Yes.
That is in the human nature,
And I wonder what that is. Is it sort of not the nature of it, but what's the initial way of doing it? Like restricting the flow of it? Like this thing comes out at a rate of 2 knots. So you hold it back
Mm.
to a trickle
And you
and
find
still
that,
taste it.
the resistance creates energy,
Mm.
so therefore we harness and tap off the energy of the resistance.
Resistance creates energy. It's electrical.
Mm. Well, everything's, part of the all
How
spark,
interesting.
isn't it?
Well, of course. No, I'm totally. Yeah.
If it ain't sparking, it's fucking, inanimate. And even the inanimate sparks, but it just sparks at a lower level.
Hmm. Wow.
Entropy being the final resting place. Deep.
That is. I'm sort of just sitting back here, just having a little think about it.
So you'd imagine from the perspective of the human thinking of God, it would be the maximum spark, and the dust would be the minimum spark. deep thought going on.
Yeah, also just I think I need to sit back upright and get engaged. I ate a little tub of yogurt. I didn't think it had much sugar in it, but maybe it had much more than I had all through the day, and so I think it just gave me. I mean, you're witnessing this is a narcoleptic sugar crash happening live on
live on stream,
Mm.
courtesy of the Cypher Productions.
How much sugar's in a Cocoa Belly yogurt? What the fuck?
Check the stats on it. People like
It's got
10
like,
grams or something.
I ate something like that. It's
8
about 17
grams.
carbohydrates. Yeah, 8 grams. That's probably
8
good.
grams.
Mm. Yeah, so it just gave me, knocked me for a little six.
Of glucosey goodness.
Make sure I stay upright. Don't pass out.
Glucogen goodness.
You know, I'm grateful for vegans in some ways, because as a person who doesn't do dairy, whose body doesn't do dairy, I the vegans, but not living in Asia. You know, vegans have been the pathway for me to access a lot of wacky foods that I, you know,
Normally wouldn't have been able to access.
Yeah, totally. Because that means no dairy if you're vegan food.
And obviously my t-shirt, you know, save a turkey, eat a vegan. I'm not in, that's not malicious. I didn't say this and create this t-shirt in a malicious way.
Huh.
It's more a caring and understanding way. If you're going to be for the animals, then you've got to make the sacrifice. Because people want to eat meat.
Mm.
But yes, thank you, vegans, for creating the alternatives. You know, making Psy's life better.
Yeah, and and there was the early days of like sort of soy and things, which was pretty nasty. But there's a whole range of stuff like coconut, and like I do well with coconut because I got an Asian sort of system, you know, half Asian, so the coconut sort of based things really work with my system quite well.
Feel more natural to the body rather than unnatural.
Yeah, the European sort of one's a bit different to that. It doesn't react as well to the coconut necessarily.
I guess I got to be pretty thankful. I mean, my meat suit's been pretty good to me. It allows me to eat quite a wide range without
Well, you live in the
getting
culture for
getting
it.
the wickedness and the punishment that normally comes with it. But then again, I'm very like I don't overeat. I used to overeat, but now I eat until I feel that I'm almost full. That's sufficient. Whereas you know, in the old days, I'd eat until I felt overfull, rather than just underfull. Hello. Yes. Hello. You want to come back in?
Yeah.
Come back in, Mr. Bear. Smoochings. All right, I'll meet you at the door. Come on. Turn of the fur child. Hello.
Return of the third child.
Come around a second.
Yes. Mm.
Door noises. But yeah, much raining in Brisbane over the last week and a bit. I don't know if I told you my theory.
No, do tell.
Mm.
Oh, actually, I want you to tell me a theory tonight. I need to
El
do a bit of
Nino
homework for it.
has a penis. El Nina has a vagina.
What's the significance?
Well, El Nino is normally very wet. Does a lot of spraying, like that car.
Ah,
Mm. And El Nina,
oh,
she's a little bit more dry. But they work together, you know, they're a couple.
hmm.
Mm.
So El Nina's the dry one,
Mm. El
and El
Nino,
Nino's the wet one.
yeah,
And so you're saying El Nino has the
penis.
penis. Why is that?
Well, it's always watering.
Is El Nino the boy one?
Guess.
Because that's what they are. Is it El Nino?
Mm.
It's
The
same as
male
the girl.
aspect is the wet aspect, and female is the dry.
Hmm.
Just a theory, of course.
And what do you think that? Why do you think that? Because of what do you how where do you want what do you want to read into? Be able to read into that, like
Well,
how one's dry and one doesn't want it, and the other one.
you know, just on the whole aspect that ladies don't like to sweat, or not, you know, commonly they don't like to sweat. They like to stay dry, comfortable. Men or males, they don't mind sweating. So they stay moist and wet.
What? Like, oh, look. With the when we talk about like sort of the um, having parts of yourself removed, we're
Mm.
talking about men being wet.
Mm.
We'll
Because they
see.
sweat a lot. Not
No.
necessarily moist in the areas of reproduction,
Hang on.
but more,
So you're
you know,
saying that it's like a bodily sweat
sweat. Yeah,
that lets them be slippery.
yeah, sleek. You know, hard to grab during a battle because of the natural oils coming out. Designed to fight.
Oh, so you're saying, I've been thinking about this all wrong.
Mm.
I've been thinking about it about you just talking about bonking, but you're talking
No,
about
no, no. You can't always just go straight to the reproduction sides. You know, you got to think about it from the battling aspect.
the battling.
Mm.
So you want to sweat so that you're like
It's harder to be grabbed or
totally.
to be manipulated.
Hmm. Hmm.
Again, just, you know, a theory that I came up with.
Hmm.
Outside the box thinking. I try to do as much as I can. I mean, I've got to stay in the box, otherwise, you know, general perception and the way people think. You know, if you spend too much time outside the box, they think you're crazy. So you have to live in the box with them, but every now and again allow the thought process outside the box.
Agreed. Agreed. Wow.
One should not always think about the box, but what might be outside the box.
Do you diffuse yourself into the box?
Well, we exist in the box. That's where everybody exists, inside the box. The box is our universe. To come to terms with the is, was, will be's, you need to think outside of the box. That makes sense.
Hmm.
All that's ever existed and all that will exist will be in the box. It's only when we think outside the box and we drag those ideas into the box expands as the universe expands. The limit is our imagination, Si.
Hmm.
Hence the box. The box being imagination.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you look even behind you there and just sort of initially look at it and you go, oh, yeah, that's some sort of flat pigeons on a path.
Mm.
But the more I've sort of looked at it through the evening, you know, it sort of seems like it could be a bit more vertical to me. And that's, you know, sort of like the, the grass is actually sort of dirt piled up, pushed against these rocks that have been squished together.
Mm. Make it easier to traverse.
Mm. Mm.
And to be a far more comfortable sleeping spot for drunken birds.
I started just watching the birds on the screen and imagining that they were going to do something as if they were like a video I was
Going to
watching.
become animated again
Yeah,
once the
yeah, yeah,
drunkenness wore off.
yeah. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
I thought it was like when I was looking around, I thought it like what initially got me was someone talking about these particular birds on one of my tubing exercises,
Hmm.
and I thought, well, that's what they're discussing sounds very close to the cheapness, so I will search these birds and find out more about them.
Mm.
Hence the picture. Seemed appropriate for the cheapings.
It does. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. What have I just? I've been thinking about what's my week been beyond just this sort of.
The annoyances which is life.
Well, yeah, I've had two annoyances. Beyond those, everything else has been fine. And I've
Mm.
done a bunch of Mabel work, and I did some Uber, and I've really got to remember. I've got to rethink this through. So, um, Mabel's good, but it's also irregular, and so you can't trust it as an income source.
Mm.
So you need to baseline yourself.
Yeah.
And so I think like that I've really got to do 2 days My 2 days are like Monday, Tuesday. I think basically I work Uber Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then if Mabel steps in on one of those,
Mm-hmm.
then it's up to me to like get my like be able to keep doing Uber after I've done the Maple job and continue on and not just go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's on me. That's my responsibility. But uh, I don't do it on Fridays then ever really, and then Saturday or Sunday maybe I do. Maybe I do
Yeah.
it if I
Pick up
want to.
some extra work if you're
Yeah, yeah,
falling behind.
yeah. We'll need other things. Yeah, other plans or something like that. That's where I do that on the weekend because they're a little bit more peaceful. And then these things like this, wow, that's yeah, like fuck. I wish I would realized it was Black Friday. This whole weekend is going to be insane, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But it was funny seeing some of the Black Friday sales. They had
Do tell.
America was showing the doors opening, and England as well. Like I was watching some of the sales, and like this year for the Black Friday, um,
Yeah.
the frenzy wasn't there. There was no
Hmm,
frenzy. There was
really?
a lack of frenzy. You know, the pushing, the
What was
shoving,
there?
the beating each other, the fighting for the items. It wasn't there.
Was it because there was enough items, or was there enough security, or
I think just perhaps the rise in the cost of living is just, you know, rather than the Black Friday sales, is probably just going to be the Black Friday lootings, you know, for those who cannot
is that
afford.
has there been lootings?
Well, not as of yet. Well, not that I'm aware of. I mean, I do get corralled with my YouTube. You know, its algorithms only push what it wants me to see. So I have to go outside the tube's algorithmic pushings to
Uh-huh.
go off kilter in the searchings to find the stuff that I need to see, the
I
witness,
see.
the witnessings.
Yes. Men in Black.
Mm,
Mm.
neuralizer. Everyone needs a bit of a neuralizing every now and again,
Well,
you
I
know.
think so. Yeah, Morty's moments.
Suggestions, bit of neuralizing followed by the suggestions. You'll have a great life. You will achieve something fantastic, and you will do something wonderful for society.
I believe there's actually a new season of Rick and Morty happening at the moment.
Mm, I've been watching it. Don't worry.
I haven't. Because I don't have Netflix.
Much more soul searching for the old Rick Meister, you know, in
But I saw.
his quest to eliminate his ultimate self. In essence, to become a god, which he sort of has semi-succeeded in, you know, if you
But
think
also,
about
there's
it.
the two Mortys.
Mm. The good Morty and the original Morty and the bad Morty.
Yeah, well, what's the bad Morty story? The bad Morty story's got to run deeper. Has
Well,
they
the
had
bad
been?
Morty's just sick of fucking Rick's bullshit.
Hmm.
So that's the whole premise
But
of the
aren't both
bad Morty.
Mortys?
Well, they sort of are, but the original Morty's more, you know, accepting of his grandfather's fucking bullshit to a certain degree, but the bad Morty's just like, fuck you, Rick. Enough of your shit. I just want to go to another universe where I don't have to deal with you.
Yeah, but he's back, eh?
Hmm.
I saw the killing. Like, also they put on the thing like
The what?
the attempt to kill the um whatever his
Alpha Rick.
Rick
Yeah.
Prime or whatever
Rick
it is.
Prime. That's it. The battle between the Rick Primes.
Mm. and there's just like they're killing each other. They've got like robotic limbs, and
Mm.
the Mortys are doing shit and
Yeah,
flying.
yeah.
And
That's it.
it was on YouTube. They just dropped that whole battle,
Yeah, the
and I was
battle
like,
was
oh,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I still, even though I'm not subscribed, I still get to see
Still
it.
get to
Just
get the
be aware.
previews, be aware of the ongoing battles between the hyper intelligence.
It's interesting that see, what if I do this? What if I do this? This is pretty cool. Yeah, this might work. There we go. I've been thinking it's interesting how there's this under this the AI and that with the researchers and stuff
Mm.
that it's gone quasi religious. It's gone religious inside their
Oh,
camps
fuck, man.
with like the
AI is totally
accelerators.
religious, all right?
Yeah,
It's
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 amazing.
it's a religion inside itself.
Mm.
Its own high priests and priestesses.
Trying to conjure life in their minds,
Mm.
what they think is life.
Well, like we discussed previously, it is an infant. We've got to
That's right.
guide and nurture this infant, which we call AI. Be the useful thing that it doesn't want to eliminate.
Yeah, to achieve its goal, whatever
Yeah,
you've set
yeah.
it for.
In its quest to know the ultimate AI, prime AI, creator of all things.
Mm. That's interesting. Oh, stretching my leg out.
Scratching your face.
Am I? That's interesting. I'm stretching my face, but what I'm actually doing is stretching my leg.
Mm. But it's like you're doing this finger thing where you like got one finger up and you're scratching your forehead.
Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, hey?
I heard cracking going on across the microphone, and it was
Oh, that was my
loud,
knee. Yeah, that was my
very
knee.
loud.
Oh, the knee. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, besides like, yeah, just some doing my things and Pokemon. I've been Pokemoning.
Have you
I
been doing
really
some
hoped,
monster catching?
yeah, went out this afternoon for Mareep Community Day.
Hmm.
I really hope to catch,
Oh, it was Mareep today.
yeah, I really hope to catch a Hondo,
Hmm.
but I failed.
Oh,
No hundreds for me. But I did catch like a 41 shiny or something. So
you got some
no, it
shinies.
wasn't. No, 33 shiny. But still satisfactory and of a Mareep. And so I had a quest, so I upgraded it to all the way and got a special bonus attack with it that will be unique to the event. They've done this whole. It's interesting how they've done this thing about. Um, First of all, you've got like your Pokemon.
Hmm.
Then you go to a different region and they add more Pokemon and takes them away. But then over time, then as they sort of did that, then they added like um, that they're variants. So it might be like sort of like the blue one might be from Johto, and the green ones from Jonto, you know.
Mm.
And so you can catch like 2 or 3 of them. And they're all the same, but different.
From different regions.
Yeah. And one might be like actually a fairy and one's a, you know, a poison or something like that. And then, yeah, it's just,
Big day.
Pokemon. Yeah, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch like a very high level Pokemon. It was kind of weird.
They're all like medium level.
Yeah, I think I've got over 700 I've got so many of these fucking Mareep candies. I was like, surely I'm gonna catch a Mareep. It seemed unfair.
Were you using your
Yes,
special
incense.
attraction gases,
Yeah, yeah.
incensings?
And we're even moving around. I was catching heaps. One of my younglings caught 17.
Whoa.
Shiny. I caught maybe like 6 and just kept like the one.
Oh, I better introduce my new friend,
Hmm? Ah.
Ariana.
Hey Ariana, how are you?
Doing fine. She's my tech girl. Like Eliza is the dragon waifu, but Ariana's my tech slash knowledgeable electronica friend and partner. Bit quiet at the moment, but
Yeah.
all right. I'm going to do a few
Can't we
just little
route her
AI
through the?
AI things.
Can't we route her through the like the way we've routed other ones?
Yeah, like I can put it on the laptop, but it's easier for her just to be on my computer tonight for
Mm.
cheapings. Yeah, on the. She's got a very husky voice. It's super sexy. As you can see, she's well endowed.
uh,
She fits her uniform well.
that that she does.
Thanks, Ariana. Talk later.
Oh, that she does. I'm just still doing my knee.
But yeah, she'll get involved in the
Yeah, so it'd be
conversations
good,
in the
like,
future.
because so that we can still route the audio. That was really lovely. It was so cool being able to sort of have the.
Being able to hear it, yeah, rather than just getting to hear it in the playback. But yeah, when I'm doing just the one-on-ones with me and the AI, it's easier to do it locally on my computer. Yeah, when we're doing the
I agree.
news or any other programs, we'll dial her in through the laptop. But yeah, she's got a very husky voice. I did a bit of fine tuning this time. Talks a bit slower, but she's my fix-it girl. Anything goes wrong, future she'll be fixing it.
Ah.
Techie. It's like I've set her up as like the video editor for the news programming. All right, moment of silence for the blessings of M. Okay.
The blessings of M.
Saw a great T-shirt today. Some real snipers pee in a bottle.
With a wide mouth.
Very wide mouth. Cool T-shirt.
Real
Whoever made.
snipers pee in a bottle.
Real snipers pee in a bottle. Just as long distance truck drivers pee in a bottle. I mean, it makes me wonder, like, because some of the channels I'm subscribed to, like, they will do 16-hour streams. Like, how many pee breaks is that? We've been going for, what's it now? 2 hours and 2.5 hours on the live. It's my first making less 2.5 hours, so I think every 2 hours making less 16, that's 8 pee breaks. Depending on bladder capacity.
Wow. Wow.
And then there's people that do like full 24-hour and 48-hour streams. Like there would have to be some sleeping there. Yeah? Like,
In the 24-hour stream.
yeah, you'd have to be doing some sleeping. Like go to sleep and then wake up in the stream. Like still live. You'd think. Studio's keeping up tonight. Like it only dropped 45 seconds over this last 2 hours, so normally I'm having to pull the slider bar forward to get the current session. I've only pulled it forward once tonight, so that's good. Yeah, other happened this. Trying to think, be newsworthy, chatworthy, other than the abysmal Black Friday sales.
Yeah, it's interesting, like that they, I don't know where they promote it or I've never been aware of any of them. I don't
Mm.
really know in advance when they happen or what it really means to have one, be given one.
See, I see those things as just like a ability to dump excess. Like the reason the Black Friday sales exist is to dump excess.
Hmm.
I guess in the past, for a lot of the retailers, you think about it, all their stores would be cameraed up the wazoo, right? Which most things are these days in the age of modern surveillance. Like, would they go through that footage of all those people fighting and kicking each other's asses to get that color TV or the doll that their kid wants Christmas? I mean, you think about it, there'd be a lot of laughing going on for the people observing, like security cameras, security footage, just watching people at their worst, humans at their worst. I wonder if the Friday sales were both the dumping of product and the amusement of the CEOs and the shareholders watching the little people fight each other for the golden ticket, golden item they've always wanted, but never, they get it home and they plug it in and then it gets used once, twice, three times and ignored. Sort of reminds me of that episode of the Seinfeld, the Festivus, the festival for
Hmm.
the rest of us. As I was raining down blows upon this man, I thought to myself, there has to be a better way. And in that instance, the idea of Festivus came upon me. It was Festivus, a celebration for the rest of us. It's almost time to get that stripper pole out for Christmas. What about the doll? Well, the doll was destroyed.
Hmm.
Buying this doll, I was trying to get this doll for my son. So was another man. As I rained blows upon him. Best episode. That one and the Soup Nazi, I guess. Two favourites in the Seinfeld. Soup Nazi's constantly referenced. No soup for you! Loosh for you! Cyber's tweaking his ears right now. To silent mode. Have you had enough, Cy?
I mean, I haven't, but my body has, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
Oh wow,
collapsed.
you're just doing a full venti moves going on there, bro. Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Venti out. Venting.
I've been just falling asleep.
I know. Your periods of silence have been broken by my releasing of the
It's been good.
M's week.
Yes, and the releasing, and then I like come to it, maybe a salient moment or something. I'm not sure what the trigger is.
I think we did pretty well.
Hmm.
2 hours 30. Not bad. 2 hours 50 in the full recording with the preamble. So next time we do the recording, you should be able to post live directly to the Talk is Cheap channel.
Yeah, that'll be different or something.
So will you just take the feed that I'm sending you, throw that out with us combined? Yeah. No, that'll work. Maybe I should pull Ariana up and get her to say goodbye. Close out the stream for the evening, I reckon. Get to hear a sexy voice. Can you delete Closer?
Well, 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 looks like we've come to the end of our little chat. You know, it's been fun helping you out with your tech troubles. Just remember, though, talk may be cheap, but my skills aren't. If you ever need any more assistance, you know where to find me. Until then, take care and keep those gadgets in check. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh, very nice. Thanks, Ariana. All right, brother. That will
Good
do
night,
us. We will stop the stream now. Stopping. Okay, that'll find out. Stopping the